My next guest is Gabe Jacobs, the president of Notre Dame's chapter of the National Organization of Minority Architects Student Group, also known as NOMA. So Gabriel, we want to welcome you to Notre Dame Day. For those who don't know, tell us a little bit about this group.
Thank you for having me. NOMA, as you said, is a national organization. It's part of a greater organization for architects around the country, and there are different chapters at universities across the country, and we wanted to bring one here to Notre Dame. It's an organization to support minority architecture students, whether that be race, gender, orientation, sort of anything. We want to be very inclusive to everybody.
And architecture is a very demanding major at Notre Dame.
Yes, it is.
They're always in that one hall studying late at night. Do you think that they needed something like this at the university for support?
Yeah, absolutely. Architecture, as you said, is a very, very demanding major. You spend a lot of time getting to know people very, very closely, a lot of time working. And I think we realized as a school, and the students kind of realized this, that we needed some sort of support for students of different minorities, people who they could look up to in upper classes for support, people who've gone through the same sort of thing, come from similar backgrounds, and really kind of create an organization that will allow underclassmen a place to come to, people to come to, role models.
So you mentioned it's relatively new. What does the group hope to accomplish, kind of the next steps in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, as I said, we really want to provide role models for the underclassmen, especially because it is such a demanding major, and we want to create sort of a culture of inclusivity, and we want to really make Bond Hall a welcoming place for.
That's the name of the hall.
Yes, Bond Hall.
I haven't been on campus for several years, so give me a little break. But I knew there was one where all the architecture students are late at night.
Very, very late at night, yes.
So where do you see kind of the architecture profession growing as you kind of are here studying and taking the next steps in your professional development?
Yeah, well, what I really hope to see in the future is, and this is part of the initiative of NOMA and NOMAS, I want to see more diversity in the field of architecture. I think there are of registered architects, I think only 21% are women, only 2% are African American, and I'd really love to see that number grow. We, as a club here in Notre Dame, are reaching out to professionals to try to bring them in to speak about their challenges, things that they've done that help them overcome some of the challenges they've encountered in their time, whether that be in school or professionally. And I really would love to see growth in the diversity of the field of architecture.
And it sounds like you're working on that. How did you choose this path, this major, this career?
It's interesting because architecture is a career that kind of chooses the person. It's a very specific mix of left brain and right brain. And I
because you have to have the math skills, but you also have to be creative.
The creativity of it, and the ability to think spatially. And a lot of my friends, and myself included, kind of realized we wanted to do architecture early on. So it's always been something that I've been very interested in, and it's something I'd really love to encourage other people to explore, because it's a really great field.
And if you put in the hard work and you love it, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabe. It was great learning more about NOMAS.